Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Bud. Welcome to Mental Game Mechanics, where we talk about how to scale your mindset to scale your results in life. So, today, I want to just bring up something that's been happened to me. I've been in this game in the marketing and sales and business game for 7 years or so, mostly working for somebody else. But it's a very entrepreneurial culture, so it's been a good place for me. Obviously, I'm here looking to scale my own business and scale my own stuff aside from that. And so anyway, but the concept that I'm thinking about here, and that I want to just talk with you about here for just a minute is I call it the learning loop, and I want to talk about why we get stuck in the learning loop. And learning loop, obviously, it's exactly what it sounds like, right? We sit there and we learn. We think, oh, I'm going to learn this, then I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to learn this, and then I'm going to go, and then nope, I need to learn this again, and we keep going back and forth and back and forth, and you know, over the last 6 7 years for me, I know I've come to points where like I've just wanted to, oh, if I just learn this, it's going to help me do this. If I just learn that, it's going to help me better improve this, or I'll be able to write this much better. I'll be able to design this piece better, or I'll be able to, talk about this in a certain way, or, whatever, right? It's all about that one thing that I could learn that's going to do this for me tomorrow, right? It's this now for that tomorrow. And I totally get like the desire that, right, and we're in a world where marketers are better than ever. We're in a world where there's so many voices and things calling you to do things, and when it comes to implementation inside of your business or working in whatever you're doing, right, you have to be able to walk away and step away from that learning process and get into the implementation process. And sometimes, learning is good, right? We need to have that learning piece, but we also have to have the implementation side of it. And so, because of that, right, what happens is there's this gap right here, because we go, oh, I want this or this or this, but to get this, I have to learn this. And so, yeah, and by the time that we start to make this transition into implementation, all of our worries and fears and anxieties come out to play. Well, what if it's not good? What if people don't like my stuff? What if I don't get any results? What if I spend Facebook ad money and I don't get anything back? What if people say no? Ugh. So it's easier to go from, to stay in that learning loop rather than start implementing and actually doing, because we don't actually have to deal with the fears and anxieties that we might have about putting ourselves out there and being vulnerable. Some people are better at it than others, but I think there's a lot of us that are stuck over there. And so eventually for me, I had been bouncing back and forth between this. I'd get motivated to go and do something, and then it would get hard, and then I'd go back to what I was doing in the learning loop. And it was just this back and forth and back and forth. And eventually I kind of came to a crossroads that it's like life was to a point where I had to do something. I couldn't just not do it. I couldn't not implement anymore. And so, you know, the thing that made me realize that it's okay to go and fail, right? The thing that really helped me with that was I was listening to a man named Garrett White. He runs a Wake Up Warrior training, coaching, and mentoring company. Really impactful dude. Says some cool stuff, and anyway, I like his stuff. But one of the things that he talks about is that when it comes to business and doing things, he says you're gonna suck at first, but eventually you'll get better, and eventually you'll get good enough that you might actually not suck, but you might actually be good. And when I heard that, it was like, oh my gosh, you know, I just have to be willing to not be good for a while. And maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, you do suck, and hey, that's great. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to learn and here to grow, And, I know I have a lot to work on, and we all do. We all have these things that we're building and advancing on. And so, you know, when we make the shift from being able to say, from going into learning to now I am doing, we can start getting better results. And so for me, I'm going to be publishing content every day. I'm going to be helping people, and I'm going to look at what's my impact versus my income, because the income is not going to come until I'm able to provide more value than dollars are worth for somebody, right? And in order to do that, you have to kind of go through a learning process, and it's not just learning, it's implementation. And so, the hard part about this for me that I've been kind of going through is that, time is scarce. It's easy to record a quick 10-minute video, but to have it edited and get everything together and do all these things, right? There's time that comes into that, and when you're just starting out, you probably don't have revenue or money to pay for somebody to do all that for you, or there's time that comes into play. There's resources. You may not know how to edit a video, and so my favorite concept there, if you don't know how to do something, figure out who can do it and figure out how they can help you do it, or pay them to do it for you, or something, right? And then last thing is confidence. Just the confidence to stand up and do something. That's half the battle. And so just do it. Just start. Get out of the learning loop. Go back to learning when you need something, but make it laser focused and get back to doing. Get back to implementation. As soon as you've learned the thing that you need to learn, get back to that implementation process. And so, for me right now, I've been publishing every day for the last 2 days. Day 3 here. So I'm looking to be on a roll here and continue building this process and continue going. And, I'm already starting to feel more confident. I'm already starting to feel more focused, and I'm starting to see how my voice is coming into play. How, the way I talk, my style, all that stuff. But the secret here is momentum. Because when we're in the learning loop, there's not any momentum. Sometimes it's momentum inside of the loop, and you get faster and faster and faster inside the loop, versus momentum moving forward with your revenue, your business, with the people you're working with, actually moving the needle in a measurable way that is monetary or value based or something along those lines. And so, it's just been good. And when you get out of the learning loop and shift into implementation, you start to become a new person. You start to actually implement the things that you're learning, and that's when your life can change. When you implement the things you've been learning, your life can change. But if we continue to learn without any do or work, we're going to cut ourselves short every time. So I leave you with that, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good one.